Gene, let's start with what I was interested in. I couldn't wait for the Apple TV. We've been waiting for, the big game-changing Apple TV product for years now. This wasn't the live TV device I was hoping for. What did you make of Apple TV?
Well, it's a starting point, and it's a platform for the living room, and they're really starting to try to lay a foundation for more apps, more gaming, better discovery. And so it's not the Apple TV I envisioned a few years ago, but it is a significant upgrade from where they're at. All
right, Gene, front page of the Wall Street Journal this morning. Apple targets wireless firms. For the first time ever, Apple is going to start financing the iPhones direct to consumers. Is this a game changer for Apple? Big new growth opportunity.
It probably isn't much. Keep in mind that Verizon and AT&T are about 20% of Apple sales, so they don't want to go too hard after those because it's huge distribution. At the end of the day, they're probably testing more for rolling this out internationally, where plans like this are more appealing to people.
Gene, you're a class act for joining us this morning. How many hours sleep did you get last night?
It's about 4.
About 4. We like that. We like having Gene Munster on 4 hours sleep. Gene, what I would notice is what it does to margins. I like what Farhad said in the New York Times this morning about the iPhone as a quiet bomb here, that they'll do real well. Do you have to mark down your margins forward after what you observed yesterday?
Well, we don't, because the changes in the new iPhone are relatively subtle. They added this 3D touch, which basically is a new way to interface with it. But for the most part, typically in these S cycles, they have better margins. And the street right now is modeling for flat margins next year. And so I think there's probably more upside than downside to margins.
How did you change your stock price? Where are you right now? Screaming buy, or is it just acquire shares?
We are aggressively buying here. We have a $172 price target, so call it 60% upside to our current price.
Is that good enough for you, Olivia, to make 60% pop? Gene says you can do it in 3 weeks. You can buy the Hermes. What is it about Hermes and the watch? Olivia, help me here. It's a gorgeous brown leather Hermes. Not that I would know anything about that. Gene Munster, how did Tim Cook arrange an Hermes? How did this happen?
That I don't know. On the fashion side, I'm not the most fashion-forward person, so I'll leave that one to Tim Cook to answer.
Well, look, I know a thing or two about this, and they make them at a factory outside Pontin. That's where they have all the craftsmen. I was surprised that they could even get enough leather supply to do this, but they're fabulous-looking watches.
I mean, I thought it was, seriously, Gene, I thought it was a home run. Is the iWatch going to get traction? Is it going to be everywhere?
It's going to take time, but it's going to get a meaningful update in a couple of weeks here with native apps, which are going to make it easier for you to do things with the watch. And
right.
I think that this is probably 2017 where it really goes vertical.
Gene, one more question, if we could. Is the new iPad with the Microsoft-like keyboard, is that an iMac killer?
It will compete with the iMac. I think you're exactly on to something. The iPad's been squeezed out, but this is probably going to help shift a little bit more back to the Mac. I think at the end of the day, the Mac is still going to dominate.
Gene, thank you so much. You made us smarter this morning. What a trooper. 4 hours sleep off the airplane in Minneapolis. This is what we love. This is great.